Cynthia. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining us today. So I've never done a live before and I realise, oh, we're telling your followers that you've started your live. See, I have no idea if I'm live or not. Hi. So I've never done a live before and I thought it'd be nice to do one today with one of our previous patients. So I'm just going to add her on. Hopefully she's online and we can discuss all things eyebrow hair transplants. So just bear with me. No, that's the wrong one. So we're just waiting for Claire. She goes by the name of Kat. She has been sharing her. Hi Claire. Did you receive it? Oh, there you are.
Hi.
There she is. She's with us now.
Hi. Sorry, I've got no makeup on, have I?
Oh, bless you. It's fine. It's better that way. Nice and natural.
Yeah, and that's what happens.
I've done a live like this before, so I'm still trying to kind of figure out if I'm doing it right or I think so. Everybody can see us okay. I can see a lot of comments and people joining, so that's nice. So Claire's one of our previous patients and she's kindly agreed to, as I said, kind of just talk about a nice casual kind of conversation with how your experience was with us at with having your eyebrow hair transplant. And I thought it'd be nice and interesting to kind of get your whole perspective and your whole experience and what kind of led you up until this point in deciding to get an eyebrow hair transplant.
So would you like me to start?
Yeah, go for it.
I looked into it about 10 years ago, so it wasn't an overnight thing. And but it's just the timing, really. I think because of the getting sort of recovery, I didn't really want to have to go into an office every day. And also, it's also finding the right one, because not everyone has an eyebrow transplant. So you can't have recommendations. But obviously I found yourself, and because you've had one, I thought, well, I'll go with you, obviously, because you'll know more what you're talking about and doing. Yeah, and yeah, I've definitely made the right choice.
Oh, good.
And yeah, and what led me to do it this time, obviously, through working from home, thought, well, at least I can be at home and recover.
So it's how many days has it been since your surgery? Has it been 11 days?
Right. So I had the surgery last Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I'd put quite a lot of swelling, you know, the black eyes and all puffed
up. Yeah.
And then on Monday, I started to do the shampooing twice a day.
Yeah.
And I still had quite a lot of bruising. It was really itchy. And then suddenly, I literally woke up yesterday. I had real yellow eyes underneath. Looked like John.
You got some swelling, right? And that your swelling in your breathing was the day after surgery, right?
It was all yellow under my eyes, and I literally woke up yesterday. It had all gone. All the swelling had gone. I can't believe how much. And I even had on my eyelids quite dry eyelids from the spray. And it's just really odd. I just woke up and it all just disappeared, just like that.
Isn't that normal?
And then today was my first day doing the scrubbing this time. So I've not rubbed them, you know, scrubbed them. And I've scrubbed up a few of the scabs, which I'm hoping I will stop the itching. But no, they look fine. And my hair's growing back loads. That grew back within the 4th day. So, yeah, I feel great.
So there's quite a few questions coming through. So you kind of just like summed up your experience all in one, which is great. So somebody asked, why do they look laminated? So Claire's actually had her surgery. Was it 12 days ago or 11?
Tuesday, so it's not been 2 weeks.
So it's been 2 weeks. So after have an eyebrow hair transplant, it has to go through, you know, the healing process. So the brows initially look quite swollen and they look scabby. So for the first week, for 5 days after your surgery, Claire was instructed only to kind of spray her brows with a saline, and then tapped the, and then she wasn't allowed to actually
touch them until
wash her
Monday.
brows, yes, until 5 days after surgery. So if you can see on Claire's brows now, they are still a bit scabby. You can see where the scab's still there, and they're holding in her new grafts, and it does look a bit dry, but this is all part and normal of the kind of healing process. I was wondering why some people's brows hairs fall down after lamination. Oh, it's a completely different question to hair transplant. Well, with lamination, it is a process, so it can be quite damaging, especially over processing with lamination. But sorry, that's a completely different subject. So lamination, Claire, is where you kind of perm your brows to lay in a fixed place for a certain amount of time. I've got a lady here asking, would you recommend having an eyebrow hair transplant?
110%. The recovery is so quick, and already I've got loads. So I did have really thick eyebrows, literally thicker than this. Obviously, I overwaxed in the 90s. I mean, well, you've seen my.
You did. You had such a full brow.
Yeah, full brow. And already, like, if I point there, can you see my fingers there? I can't believe the amount of hair that is there already, and it's not even.
We did put a lot in there for you, didn't we?
Yeah, I didn't expect. I know they're going to fall out as part of the growth. I get that, so I know it's going to work. So obviously I've got them there, but I'm shocked. And to be honest, I don't even think they look that bad. I mean, outside black eyes and whatever, but now all that's gone. I actually feel they look quite tight. I know they're a bit scabby, and once it falls, but I would 110%.
But considering we had surgery on them, it's not as bad as you might imagine.
I would definitely recommend it. The recovery is really quick. I took painkillers on the Tuesday night. I didn't take any painkillers after. I was in no pain. Sometimes I felt a little bit tender. I was in no pain. I suffered quite a lot of itchiness of an evening, but I think with the central heating and the drying, I think that triggered it off the central. But no, I would recommend. I've had no problems. It's not even been 2 weeks yet. So yeah, I would recommend it. It's not as scary as what it looks. I think it looks worse when you've had it, because obviously you're swelling and your eyebrows are red, you've shaved the back of your head. But no, I mean,
and it looks strange, doesn't it? The hairs and the scabs. I
would recommend it. It's not as bad. There's no way I want to go back to penciling them on. I don't like the look of it. I think it's a lot of work. I want to go back natural. And
you had microblading, didn't you, Claire, before we did the hair transplant? And tell us a little bit about your microblading history.
Do you know what?
Why you didn't want it anymore?
I had it done once in July 2019, and do you know what? They were a really good shape, and all the black lines, they look really good. They did actually. But my natural hair is black. Microblading, they can't do black because it goes grey. They don't they just cannot do black, or it goes blue. So they can't. So once it fades, I've got that sort of faded grey lines. With my black hairs, it looks a bit messy. And I just think, do you know what? You're going to be paying sort of 400 quid every 18 months. Go and get an eyebrow transplant for 3,000 something quid for life. It's an investment.
Yeah.
It's nerving. You can't, and it doesn't look. I don't know. I don't know. I just think get your hair back on your face. Just go natural.
Yeah. Somebody's asking, how painful was the process? So tell us a bit how you kind of felt about the whole kind of procedure.
I was really shocked. It was not, to be fair, I didn't even look too much into the procedure. I think sometimes you shouldn't do that because you could put yourself off. All I wanted to know is I wanted to have full brows. So when I turned up, the injections were painful. I'm not going to lie, they were painful.
No, they are,
But the good thing with them, they're kicking straight away, so you're not in any pain after. Then when they're putting the injection, making the holes in the eyebrows, all you could hear was a crunching sound. There was no pain.
Really strange sound though, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's no pain. You just close your eyes and just relax. And then they shaved the hair and they said, right, we're going to inject the back of the hair. And I thought, oh yeah, I did wonder how they're going to get the hair out. Obviously that's a bit painful. And then I thought it was really good the way they used that needle to whip the hair out, but didn't feel none of that. Then they started putting the hairs in and the anaesthetic did wear off. And I thought, oh, I'll just give it another sort of 20 minutes. Did it get painful? Straight away injected, pain went. So I wasn't in any pain. No, and I wasn't in any pain after. No, I wouldn't say it's. I think microblading is more painful than having an hair transplant, definitely, because it's all that scratching all the time. No, it's not pain. No, because you have so much injections to numb the pain that works straight away. No, it wasn't any pain whatsoever.
I found that as well. So Claire actually went with a procedure called FUE, which I kind of explain and discuss a lot on my page, which is a method of hair transplant. Were you worried when we shaved a bit of hair from the back of your head?
Right, I was worried because I didn't know how thick it was going to be. So yes, I was worried. But then I didn't even know you were going to sort of, I don't know, I thought he was going to shave a patch. I didn't realise you did the whole bit around the back.
Yeah.
And then the next day I didn't want to touch it. I thought, oh, I can't touch a bald patch. It'd be really weird. So then I asked someone to show me how thick it was. They said, well, it's not very thick. So I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm going to take the plunge and have a look. So I had a look and I thought, actually, it ain't that wide. And then I started getting an itchy head after about 3 days.
Yeah.
And then after that, 4 days, I looked in the back of my head and I've got hair back already. Do you want to see a photo? Can I show?
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
How do I do it on here? So I've got a comment. Can you add photos to this?
Yeah, I think you can. I mean, I did. Because I'm so terrible. I haven't done this before. I really should have asked. It says pin a comment. I should be able to attach a photo, which I have a backlog of photos stored to share with everyone. But I haven't figured it out, which is a shame.
I don't know how. Basically, you can't see the red dots.
Sorry about that.
And I've got hair on the back. I just photo. I'm just.
That was me. Sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was, because at first I was, you know, you don't really know how far up it's going to come, and I don't know what I've done now. It's all gone. I don't know how far it's going to, like how deep it or wide. But no, it's not wide. But now I've got the hair coming, but you can't even see. You can't see the whole. No.
I think what I'll do is I'll post this. I'll save this story, this live, and then I'll post some pictures on the story just showing, because you've got some great pictures of your hair immediately after remove the hair, and then your hair's now, right? They've pretty much grown back at the back of your head.
Yeah, you can't see the red dots, and you know, because at the time, I know they said they do the red dots quite wide, so that if you've got hair coming back, you can't see the red dots. So I had visions of thinking, oh my god, I'm going to have hair. Red dot, hair, red dot. But honestly, no, you can't. It looks exactly like it did. There's no gaps. No, it looks exactly. It's amazing.
Nice. Okay, so I'm just going through some of the comments. Somebody's asked, did you have a shape in mind before the procedure, or what you wanted to do with shape? So we worked quite a bit with you with shape, didn't we? And as mentioned before,
didn't I? Yeah.
Claire had some microblading already, which she really likes the shape of, which we kind of we went a bit thicker, and we went in a bit more, didn't we? Because your hairs, you through plucking had started about here and ended there, right? So you kind of had a body. So we put back some hairs on the head, and we definitely elongated the tail, and we added some height in the overall shape. But how did you feel about that kind of step before surgery? Were you confident with the shape that we kind of mapped on, outlined for you before surgery? Did it help at all, or?
Yeah, I think because I already had the microblading shape, and I like the shape, I thought, oh yeah, I'd like to stick to that shape, obviously a little bit more wider. But you do, you know, I like the fact that you did spend a good hour and sort of 20 minutes, hour and 15 minutes picking a shape. Yeah, like adding your own touch. It wasn't like I didn't have a shape, because I had one. It made it a little bit easier, but also you know, like I said, I wanted it thicker. And you did spend quite a long time playing around with them, didn't you? Took bits away, added bits. So I do think it's good to do that for a good hour and 15 minutes playing around with it to get the right shape before you went ahead.
And somebody's asked, how long did the eyebrow transplant process take? Lily's asked that.
Well, I think you did the math.
Did it feel long for you? Because I know I know it takes half a day, but did you ever get a bit uncomfortable on the chair, or did you feel a bit boring? It felt a bit boring for me sometimes, if I'm being honest. But
yeah, I think you started the mapping about 9ish. I think that was about sort of 10 by then. Then you did the first part, and it finished at 1:30. When you was putting the grafts in towards the end, the last sort of half, I thought, I'm bored and I'm hungry. And then, so I was expecting, I thought, oh, it'll be about another round, suddenly it'd all finish. It actually goes quick. You've got different stages. No, it goes really quick, actually. But yeah, that last part, 'cause obviously putting the grafts in is a good 2 hours.
Yeah.
But no, you just sat back and relaxed. I did, and just sort of closed my eyes, and then before you know, I thought I was going to be there till about 3:30. It was a bit quicker than what I thought, but by then I'd had enough anyway. I was bored and hungry.
Somebody's asked, do you want to have to sleep on your back for the first few months after the transplant? Not months, that's a very long time.
No, it's 4 nights. You sleep on your back for 4 nights.
A bit upright. Yeah, how did you find sleep for the first 4 nights after surgery, Claire?
Sleeping upright was a bit uncomfortable, because you don't want. The thing is, you don't actually knock your eyebrows. I think because by accident I sort of flinched my eyebrows one evening, and oh god, it was real painful and tight. And I thought, oh, well. And I think you don't have much movement in your eyebrows anyway. But I think they are quite tight, and so you haven't got to worry.
You're really swollen.
Yeah, they feel so. Yeah, so they don't have much movement, but it was uncomfortable. The foot. For 4 nights, but I don't remember it now because it's only 4 nights, and I think because I feel great and it outweighs it, you know. It's no, 4 nights sleeping upright, it's not that bad.
Not that bad.
If I had a lifetime thing done, no, it's nothing.
Yeah, so yeah, that's good. What else? I think we've answered quite a few questions. So shall we just start? Is there any other questions that anybody wants to ask us?
I mean, I must say, it's annoying not being able to put your head under a shower. So I've actually got baths every day because you don't get. I say that's probably a bit annoying. And even now, I can't quite put my head under a shower properly yet. So I can put the back of my head. I mean, I'm looking forward to if I could do that. But I think, again, you know, it'll only be a few days. And for 2 weeks.
And then you can shower as normal.
But then even with microblading, you can't put your head under a shower for a week. None of it you can. So, no, you know, it's just for a couple of weeks. But it's no pain. It's all right. It's annoying, but it's worth it. You know, if something's going to last a lifetime, I think 2 weeks is nothing. Yeah,
I think so. There are definitely more difficult kind of beauty routines and life choices out there that are a bit more complicated, I found.
I think
we have been speaking kind of every day after surgery, which is nice. So I've had a really good kind of relationship with you after the surgery, and I've been able to kind of keep an eye on how you've been looking after your surgery, after your brows after surgery also. But how easy or how difficult did you find the aftercare?
Oh, I found it brilliant. I like the fact that I could just text you and just say, look, is this right? Am I doing anything right? Am I doing what should I think it's brilliant. I think some places, like on Harley Street, I got the impression that you have it, then you go back for a week later for a hair wash, and that is it. But you don't really want, you know, and you paid all that money. Not only that, if it goes wrong, you can look rubbish. So you want to make sure that you're not going to mess anything up. So it's good that I can just say, look, am I doing anything right? Should I not be doing this? Should I be doing this? I think it's brilliant because you want them to look really good because it is on your face.
You found the aftercare pretty straightforward. It wasn't too complicated to follow.
It's easy. It's just don't put your head under a shower for 2 weeks. Keep your face dried, and then after 5 days, you put your. Well, I wash it with flannel, but you know, keep it. And then after 5 days, shampoo twice a day, and that's it. And then I suppose in a few days. No,
pretty straightforward. Yeah.
It's easy, but you know, you want to make sure that you don't get them wet and you stick to it because you don't want them to look rubbish, do you? You know, effort and hard work, and you want them to look really good, don't you? So, you know, but it's good that I can ask you any question and send photos that look like they should look, and am I doing anything wrong? And you know, it's good to have that security, right?
Brilliant. Oh, thanks so much, Claire. You've been so great today.
Fine.
Do you have any advice for anyone who might be considering the procedure?
I'll do it, and it's worth doing it now because we're in lockdown and we're not going out. You ain't got to worry about not putting the makeup on. You ain't got to worry about getting dressed up. You're not going anywhere, and especially working from home. Do you know what? So that you can just sit and relax for a few days because you've got not a tender head. But I know it's the back of my head.
It's a bit sore, and you can.
Yeah, but it's not painful. You don't need painkillers, but you do feel a little bit tender. So it's nice if you work from home, you can just sit and you ain't got to go out. You can just sit on the sofa. The weather's rubbish now. It's not going to go. I think if you're going to do it now while you can, before you start going back out to the office. You don't have to take leave, do you? Unless you want to. But I think do it now. you know, whilst you're in this situation where you're not going out, do it now. So I think
Yeah, it's good timing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to do it in the summer because we don't really want to sweat anyway because it might ruin the eyebrows.
No.
You know,
Yeah, we say no. We say no kind of physical activity, no exercising for 2 weeks because you run, don't you, Claire?
Yeah. So what I've been doing, I have been going for a walk. I've been sort of doing sort of half-hour, 40-minute walk a day. But it's cold anyway, and they're fine. You keep your head still. Once you keep your head still, don't move your eyebrows. Just don't move your head, basically. Yeah, you're all right. Yeah, go for a little walk. Yeah, but
walking's fine. It's just that we want to kind of avoid any kind of strenuous exercising that might, you know, where you could really start sweating, and we want to avoid any risk of infection. So that's why. So you were a bit worried you weren't going to be able to exercise for a few weeks, weren't you? But it's gone quite quick, hasn't it? So.
You know what? And plus the weather, actually, it's been a bit rainy, a bit like crap weather. But as long as I've gone out for my walks, obviously I work from home, so I have to have some fresh air. So I've managed to go out for a walk. I can't believe it's going to be 2 weeks on Tuesday. It's shocking.
It's so quick, isn't it?
Because it's really funny, because today, like I said, like even sort of yesterday, I still had yellow under my eyes. It's really hard to know that everything's just completely gone normal. Even though it's gone normal, I'm still not going to put my head directly under a shower just yet, just the back and my channel. I'm still going to do shampoo twice a day, the eyebrows, and I'm not going to run to. So even though I'm very sort of well on way to recovery, I'm still going to look after them for a good 6 weeks. You just really want to.
Perfect. Yes.
You know, I want to look perfect. The last thing I want is to end up with dodgy looking eyebrows, all because I didn't follow the rules.
You've gone through all of this. No, you've honestly been a really good example of how to look after your brows after surgery. You've really followed through the aftercare. So I'm really confident that they're going to be great and that they've fully kind of settled in. And I really doubt you'll get an infection. The infection rate anyway is so low when it comes to hair transplants now.
No, I know. Do you know what? Up until yesterday, it just looked quite dark, and they looked all right. But because today was the first day I could scrub them, you
scrubbed them, didn't you? Yeah.
So they look really scabby today. But even from a distance, I don't think they look that bad. They've still got a shape. They look quite full. They just look scabby up front. I wouldn't say they look. I was expecting to look worse than this. Like holes all over my head, and I've only had one. See that I've only had one scabby blood there, which I'm not going to let it fall off.
Don't pull it. Don't touch it. We're I've told you to use the saline spray again to kind of soften those scabs, and then when you're doing your wash, you can kind of rub and get in there now, and that should come away soon. So now that you're 10, 11 days after surgery, you do know that your hairs are going to fall out now. I've told you not to get too attached to them. They may stay, they may not. Yeah, but so that once we've put so much in there for you, made them lots.
But they've got long as well here, really long. But you can't see. It's hard to, unless you see.
They've been growing, haven't they? So that's actually quite a good sign. Really, really, really good. And how do you feel? We haven't spoke about this actually. How do you feel about how the new kind of grooming will be once your hairs eventually do grow in? How do you feel about having to trim them so often?
I'm expecting I'm going to probably have to trim them once a week because my hair does grow quick. So I can't imagine it's going to be one. I think it depends on how quick your hair grows.
Definitely.
Trim. I'm not going near any plucking, any waxing. No one, not even a beautician's going to go near these. No way. But I'm happy to trim them. I might even grow them quite long sometimes. I might trim them short. I don't know, but no one is going to do waxing.
Quick trim. What?
Well,
and we can have a call, can't we, Claire? And I can help you with kind of training advice and how to trim them. But you're not concerned about trimming them afterwards or anything?
No, because when I had eyebrows, before I went, in the 90s, these hairs used to grow upwards, so I used to have to trim them anyway. So I used to have to trim them. They used to grow upwards. So I used to have to trim them. Yeah, so I've already,
So you're used to it?
Yeah, and then I had to get a gel and sort of a gel thing and try and, but I'm not bothered. I'm just happy to get a full brat, but I'm not going to no beauticians touching these bad boys. No way.
We've got another lady who's saying hi. She's had I believe you've had a hair transplant also. So she's waiting for her hairs to grow out and she's excited. Oh, that's amazing. You've got to send me some pictures once they do start growing. I'd love to see your brow journey. But
A hair transplant.
yeah, I think she's had one also.
Oh, that must be painful.
No, a brow hair,
Oh,
a brow
transplant.
Yeah.
Oh, she's had hers.
Yeah,
That's
it
good to see.
seems it. Unless I've read that wrong. But I think that's it. I think we've kind of discussed everything to do with your eyebrow hair transplant, your experience and your journey. Obviously, we've got, you know, quite a while now to see the full results.
Yeah.
Which I found the worst part was the waiting game, waiting for the brows to come, because you just want them, don't you? You want them to come, but
yeah, but I don't think like now. I don't think they look that bad. I've got a shape. They look dark. I've not looked like I haven't got no eyebrows. So I'm happy to sort of kind of wait, as long as I can get the stamps off and, you know, go back to a normal washing my hair under a shower prop, you know, that, and go back to you know, my normal.
And we did say, Claire, that if you want to wear makeup, you can from next week, as long as you wash them thoroughly. But you don't wear lots of makeup, do you, Claire?
No, I do when I work in the office. I do wear makeup every day, and even on weekends before lockdown. I'm one that does wear a lot of makeup. It's only because of working from home, obviously sitting at home, just put it on, and everything's shut. But when everything opens back up, you know, if I'm going out for dinner or shopping, and even to work every day, I will wear makeup to work every day.
Yeah.
But it's because, well, working from home, isn't it? It's no point. But I do like putting the makeup back, and I can't wait until. And that's a good thing as well, because by the time lockdown's over, if it ever comes, I'll probably have quite a little bit of hair and you will.
You will. Great. So we'll definitely keep sharing your story and your kind of progress with your brows.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But yeah, I'm so excited for your brows to start growing through, and we'll keep in contact as always. And thank you so much for joining our live today.
That's all right. And if anyone's got any questions, just, you know, ask me and I'll give you some. Sorry, I'm itching. That's always in the air.
My tit scratch.
Do you think it's because of the central heating? Obviously, because they're dry, with the central heating.
It might be, yeah. If the air is dry, maybe if you don't have a humidifier, maybe like a cup of water by the radiator helps with the humidity in the house. That can help.
Yeah, it's definitely the evenings.
I get a bit itchy when the heating's on, so I always have to have a humidifier on. So
really?
With the brows also, they're going to be really itchy. I think that's one of the most annoying things also is the itch, right?
Yeah, and I had it at the same time as the back of my head because my hair was growing back. So I had it, the eyebrows and back of the head at the same time because they've obviously come back quick. So the back of the head's been itching. Yeah. So I've been itching. All my old head's just been itching. But
I know. Fanning helps, and the spray helps with the.
But I think the back of the hair next. My partner said, now you start to get the hair back through. It shouldn't itch so much. Apparently, when you shave your hair, it does itch when it comes back through. So yeah. So hopefully,
much better now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Maybe we'll do another live in a few months so we can catch up when your brows are growing. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, definitely time. Thank you.
Thank you, Claire. Have a nice evening.
And you have a good weekend.
Thanks everyone for watching. Bye.
Bye-bye.
That was 15. Thank you.